In the last 8 years, I've been an active angel investor myself. Prior to that, I was a serial entrepreneur who started 7 companies, exited 5 of them very successfully, 2 by IPO, and the rest were private transactions. So please join me for this video series, and I hope it helps you raise some capital for your early stage company. Let's talk about exits. I know what you're thinking as an entrepreneur. You're saying, I'm an early stage company. I'm looking to raise money. I'm not looking to sell my company right now. Absolutely. But as an investor, the easiest thing I can do is write you a check. The most difficult thing I can do is get some money out of your company. These are private companies we're investing into. We want to understand that you are at some point thinking about an exit or getting an investor's money returned, hopefully with some sort of a profit. So it's super important to talk about an exit, even if that exit is many years down the road. What we're looking for as an investor is, how is your industry viewed as an exit opportunity? What is the multiplier effect that will go to valuing your company? Is your company going to be based on its cash flow? Is it going to be based on a multiple of EBITDA? Is it going to be based on a multiple of your top line revenue? Is it going to be based on perhaps the value of the team that you've been able to assemble that are super hard to get? Maybe they're AI developers that are hard to come by. How is it in your industry that companies are valued? And the best way to illustrate that is by showing me. Try to find comparable transactions that have happened in your particular industry. The more recent those examples, the better they are. For example, here's a company last year that sold for 10 times revenue. They sold out to this buyer. Maybe that buyer is looking to buy more companies like you. So not only what could your company be worth and when might it be interested to buy, but who might be interested in buying it is important for me to understand as an investor. Not because those companies may end up buying you, but you're thinking about who you might be attractive to. And often that may change the way your company goes in terms of making it attractive for an ultimate exit. That exit typically comes by a strategic buyer. So it's somebody looking who's already public or some big giant company looking to acquire a small company. That's the typical transaction that we see in our space as angel investors. Sometimes companies will make it all the way to an IPO, an initial public offering, or some other public markets. It is rare. I have seen it done, and it can work out really well for investors, but it isn't the easiest road to go. Maybe you have such good cash flow that you then become attractive to a private equity investor. So that's another way to exit, typically at a lower multiple, but at least it's an exit for investors. You want to think about, how are you going to reach? Typically, exits are defined by milestones. So when will you become attractive to a buyer? Is it based on when we have 1,000 customers, we think we'll now be attractive? When we have this regulatory approval, we think that's when we will become attractive. When we hit a certain revenue target, we will become attractive. When we're in 5 different geographies, we will become attractive. Tell me when you believe you will become attractive. What is that milestone you hope to reach? And when is it? What's the nearest milestone you could hope to reach? Just because you reach a milestone and it's an exit opportunity doesn't mean you're going to take the exit, but it means there may be an option for investors and entrepreneurs to take some of their money out of a company. So always talk about exits, know what the market is like, what your value will be based on, and tell us how and when you hope to get there. Thanks for listening to Lessons from 1,000 Pitches. I hope you found the content useful. I'd like to make an offer to everyone. Once you've gone through the series and you believe you have a deck that is ready to present to early stage investors, I encourage you to send us a copy of that deck for us to review. If we believe there is maybe a connection between what you're doing and what our investors are looking for at Credit Forum Canada, we'll send you an invitation to present that company to our deal screening committee via Zoom. We do these sessions every month and we have a continuous intake. So if and when you're ready, please do reach out to Credit Forum Canada. We're always looking for great investment opportunities, and maybe you're the next entrepreneur that will turn into a unicorn. Thanks for listening, and good luck with your company.